Hello and welcome to today's broadcast. We're bringing you the Nexus Gaming Series, Division D East. We have our home team, Bunker Funtime, versus the visiting ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. We're getting our lobby started up here. But before we get into the game, I want to try out a new screen, see what you guys think. It's called Tale of the Tape. Let's check it out here. This is a comparison of our two teams playing tonight. As we see, Bunker Funtime coming into tonight's matchup with 3 wins and 2 losses on match record. Their map record currently 7 wins and 4 losses, having a good strong start to their season. When they've had the map pick, they have chosen Towers of Doom and Dragonshire thus far, and currently their most played heroes at 4 games apiece are Greymane, Deckard, and Li Ming. Now, if we look over to ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, they're coming in 0-4 on match record, but they do have 2 map wins to their 8 losses thus far this season. In their map choices, they have chosen Infernal Shrines and Cursed Hollow, and their big heroes so far is Sylvanas with 5 games played, and then Chen actually with 4, and Rhaegar with 4 games played. So that is our matchup this fine evening. Oh, so we're just getting our teams set up here, making sure the lobby is ready. Looks like we've got our map, we've got the lobby set up in the proper way. Fantastic. Make sure everyone is good to go. And we will get into the match. Oh, I just came back from my first golfing trip of the year, so I am a little bit sunbaked right now, but we're gonna get through this cast, and we're gonna have ourselves a nice little matchup here in actually my home division of D East. Looks like our teams are starting to stir, starting to get ready. We'll have our draft very shortly. Make sure they're all set. Now we are coming into... I'll bring you up to the match screen once we start here. We did have Bunker Funtime winning the flip and choosing map to start, so not taking that first pick opportunity. We'll see what they want to do with this map as we are almost ready to get our lobby started. Looks like both teams getting ready here. Going to be moving into the draft momentarily, and here we go! I've stalled for long enough. Cursed Hollow is going to be our first map. Welcome to Game 1 of the series between Bunker Funtime and ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush here in Division D East. Let's take a look at our maps thus far to see how we landed on Cursed Hollow. You'll remember that Bunker Funtime did win the flip and chose map for the first game. The bans that came out from Bunker Funtime were Volskaya Foundry and Towers of Doom, where the ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush team chose to ban out Dragonshire and Sky Temple. And we're starting off game number 1 here on Cursed Hollow. Let's get back into this draft. As ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, first ban coming out is Falstad. A very strong global hero here on Cursed Hollow. Very good boss control with that Gust, using the global and the bribe to very quickly take camps and cover XP. Just overall, nice, strong hero. Let's see what Bunker Funtime's response is going to be. They're going to ban out Hanzo. Hanzo can be used in a Cursed Hollow strategy where you just work on delaying the objective and soaking the off lane with your off lane hero. So Hanzo, an incredibly important poke hero here on this map. There are others, but Hanzo definitely up there meta-wise. It's going to be a Zool ban coming out from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Again, Zool with the opportunity to split into lanes with that hyper-fast wave clear. We won't see the rotations quite as much here on Cursed Hollow, but the speed at which he can push down your lane if you leave him unattended, still very strong here. And we'll have our final opening band coming out from Bunker Fun Time. We'll see. It's going to be the Li Ming, so they want to definitely deny as much poke as possible onto these objectives from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Now, with the first pick opportunity, we've got some long-range mages, some long-range poke banned out. Are they going to take this opportunity to grab one of their stronger heroes? They are going to take the Johanna. Now, what's great about a Johanna first pick is that it doesn't really betray your composition at all. Johanna can be used in a pick composition. Johanna can be used in a wombo combo. She can be used as a single front line. She can duo with another front line. Picking Johanna first tells the opponent nothing about what the rest of your team's going to look like. Now, not wanting to be choked out of the tanks, we see a Mal'Ganis and a Sylvanas coming out from Bunker Fun Time. Sylvanas, always a strong hero on these 3-lane maps where teams can get some split pressure, shutting off those towers to siege down. And Mal'Ganis, quite a strong tank right now, especially for denying Johanna just walking past into your backline. We're going to see Rhaegar and Raynor come out for ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Rhaegar is a very strong healer in the meta right now, especially with Bloodlust. Now, Bloodlust giving the team that lifesteal, that 40% attack speed, that 40% movement speed, definitely helping out that Raynor to move quickly and stick onto targets with those big auto attacks. We're going to see a Jaina ban coming out from Bunker Fun Time. That'll delete an opportunity for extra wave clear on the side of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Jaina, one of the fastest wave clear heroes, if more of the fastest wave clear mages in the game. So getting that off the board, always a decent choice. Now, ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is worried about a Malthael, taking that off the board. Malthael, a strong offlaner here on Cursed Hollow. If he picks up that on a Pale Horse, he can actually sort of remove the threat of the lanes being so far apart because of that extra mounted movement speed, and also being able to solo all of the camps alone makes him a great split hero here on Cursed Hollow. Speaking of great split heroes, we've got a Dahaka coming out for Bunker Fun Time along with Orphea. Orphea actually is looking very strong in the meta right now just as a playmaking mage. The resets on her W, her chomp ability, are really allowing her to make a lot of plays without a lot of support from the rest of her team. And Dahaka, with that global presence, being able to soak off lanes, especially with Falstad already taken off the board, a strong pickup here for Bunker Fun Time. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush coming out with an ETC and a Kel'Thuzad, so it's going to be an ETC off lane. A very interesting. That's a pick I actually like to take myself, is ETC in the off lane in these very wide maps. And Kel'Thuzad is going to have that Johanna, that ETC, protecting and allowing Kel'Thuzad to get the chains out onto the Mal'Ganis, back onto the backline, and hopefully get some combos onto the Sylvanas, Orphea. And finally, we have an Ana. Probably looking at a nano boost on the Orphea is a huge, huge damage spike. So, we have our draft set, and we're getting ready to go into game number 1 here on Cursed Hollow. Looking very strong here from both teams. I'm interested to see whether Rhaegar will end up going that Bloodlust. But let's get into game number 1. Alright, here we are, loading into game number 1 here on Cursed Hollow. As we're getting into it, Dax Hot subscribing at Tier 1. Thank you very much for the support, my friend. Hope you're enjoying the content here on the stream today. Sometimes I can get that bumper to go just right and we load right into the game off of that 30-second stinger. But we're getting a little bit of load lag. It's okay. Everyone's starting to come through now, and come on, Aluminibri. We got you. Load on in. Hey, we did it. All right. On the left side, we have Bunker Fun Time, with Bone Z playing the Sylvanas, Fig Double on the Ana, Flying Spuds will be playing Orphea, Zednam will be on the Mal'Ganis, and Aluminibri will be on the Dahaka. On the right side, we have ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush with Hirobi on Kel'Thuzad, Chaos Tank will be playing the Johanna, Badger Lord on ETC, Desda on Rhaegar, and Aruba will be bringing in the Raynor.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Dahaka going straight to the top lane here. Sylvanas making sure that there's no funny business coming down in the bottom lane, where ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is ready to use that Kel'Thuzad to try to get as many stacks as possible. Big Double scouting these bushes, looking for trouble. Hirobi is seen in the bush. As the lanes clash, and we're getting ready to get started. Sylvanas looking to do something a little cheeky in the bottom lane, but ETC splitting quickly, and Sylvanas won't be able to get onto that wall. Meanwhile, no one responding to Dahaka in the top lane just yet. Hirobi still waiting for those stacks in the mid lane. Looks like Johanna is going to be visiting this Dahaka, waiting for a possible gank here with Aruba. Here comes Kel'Thuzad. Aluminibri is going to see them before Kel'Thuzad gets there. Kel'Thuzad actually retreating back to the middle lane. No stacks just yet for our Kel'Thuzad player. It's going to be ETC versus Sylvanas here in the bottom lane. It's actually going to be Johanna holding down the fort versus the Dahaka as Orphea starts on the siege camp for Bunker Fun Time, and Desda and Aruba working on the cruiser camp. A little bit of a different opening here from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, choosing to control that middle lane, whereas Orphea getting that siege camp at the start solo is a little bit easier. We'll see what Bunker Fun Time is able to do with those extra resources. Looks like they're just trying to soak safely as possible. Both teams reaching level 3 here in the early game. Johanna rotating down, looking for a possible gank attempt there. A couple stacks here for Kel'Thuzad as they chain Zednam to Fig Double in the back. And Bunker Fun Time is going to have a bit of trouble clearing this camp right away. With Orphea dealing a lot of spell damage, they're going to have to take care of that minion as quickly as possible. But looks like they're going to clear that without much trouble. You got to sleep on Hirobi, who actually gets a bit of a combo by Orphea, but wakes up before Zednam comes in with the extra sleep. Meanwhile, Chaos Tank taking a bunch of damage from Aluminibri and that siege camp, as that is going to get onto the wall. Johanna's going to need a little bit of help here, though using the Condemn to bring that camp into tower range is going to clear it up very quickly. And now we see ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush using Desda and Aruba again, taking that siege a little bit before the objective comes up. Still 30 seconds out, but it's going to have to be cleared by Sylvanas before she can join the team. Sylvanas actually backing here, meaning that siege camp is going to push a little bit unless Bunker Fun Time manages to get down and clear it. Looks like they're focusing here on the objective. Aluminibri in a little bit of trouble. Aruba jumping the gun a little bit. Hirobi not ready to follow up with a combo. But they're going to work on getting that vision in the top lane while Aluminibri looks for an invade from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Zednam coming in from behind with a big sleep on Hirobi. Orphea with the combo. Chaos Tank is taking a lot of damage from the Sylvanas. Uses the Iron Skin. Now Zednam in a little bit of trouble. It's going to have to back off. Aruba flanking, pressuring Zednam right back to the well. Flying Spuds doing their best to get on top of Desda, but is caught out by Chaos Tank. Aluminibri has to use the burrow. Misses the drag there. Zednam looking for Hirobi, but a quick heal by Rhaegar keeps everyone alive, where Bunker Fun Time is going to pick up objective number 1. Now, this siege camp is actually getting a whole lot of value, taking out that bottom turret, taking out the gate, but looks like Aluminibri is going to clear this up before the second tower goes down. Right now, Zednam stuck in the top lane versus Aruba for the meantime. Flying Spuds coming to relieve him so that they don't lose much XP. Both teams reaching level 7 simultaneously. Bunker Funtime now choosing to get on top of that bruiser camp. They did not pick it up for the first objective, but they did still manage to get that first curse. But we got a little bit of an invade coming in here by Chaos Tank. Since their camps are not available, they have an opportunity to move in on this. Will Bunker Funtime be able to respond? Zedam in the back, sleeping that Kel'Thuzad. Meaning Fig Double and Bones can get up there. Desda in a bunch of trouble. Chaos Tank also low. Can Alaminibri stop with the drag? It looks like Johanna is going to walk away with that Iron Skin. Very nice flank by Zednam, catching ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush from behind there. Tribute spawning now, but with Rhaegar down, there isn't a lot that ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is going to be able to do, and it looks like Bunker Funtime going to pick up their second point on this objective, going to 2-3. 2 of 3. And actually going straight for their boss, knowing that Rhaegar can't be there yet, making a very aggressive play. It looks like ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is currently none the wiser. Working on that top bruiser camp, getting that timing down, but little do they know, Bunker Funtime using that opportunity to get this boss before objective number 3. Badgerlord not quite getting that tower down. One more auto would have done it, but thinking that the rest of the enemy team may have been on their way, does the safe thing and backs off. That tower will go down to a breath. Breath from a baby would take that thing down, but oh no, Aruba caught by Zednam and Flying Spuds. Fig Double with the assist. So many sleeps coming out here from Bunker Funtime, managing to get another kill. Having a slight experience lead and going straight onto the boss from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Seeing 3 down here defending this boss before it gets to the fort means that they have all the time in the world to collect not only this boss, but the tribute spawning in just 5 seconds here. That burn from Sylvanas and Fig Double really helping out with this boss, with Orphea retreating to get this curse, and it looks like they're going to get a double cap here, with the boss being taken and the curse being taken. Sylvanas not going to get a lot of trade value with this curse up, but still a very strong sieging hero along with this boss. Aruba is going to be in a bit of trouble here with 10s coming in for Bunker Funtime. Means that they're going to be able to chase Aruba. A missed crushing jaws, but here comes Zednam, lands the stun, and down goes Aruba. Tahaka battling Badgerlord down here in the bottom lane. Badgerlord trying to defend that bottom fort, but the top is taken out by the boss, and Bunker Funtime moving straight onto that keep wall. Looks like Kel'Thuzad getting a couple extra stacks here. That quest at 15 out of 30 so far, so Kel'Thuzad definitely not hitting that power spike just yet. Boss still at full health as this front wall of the keep goes down here. Kel'Thuzad now has the phylactery completed, but that wall is down, and Chaos Tank, manages to get on out of there. Very slippery Johanna, but Desda is now in a bit of trouble as Zednam going way deep trying to get that Rhaegar as the curse only has 3 seconds on it. They're going to have to focus this down. Chaos Tank taking a ton of damage, but the save from Rhaegar before the Ana can land the bomb. Zednam getting stunned out. Looks like they're going to get a counter kill. Both teams tied at 11. Hirobi now has that Glacial Spike, but does not manage to catch a kill with it. With that Glacial Spike, Kel'Thuzad is going to be getting a lot more pick opportunities since they don't have to land that first chain. Badgerlord taking a bunch of damage versus Alaminibri is probably going to have to back out here. Meanwhile, Bunker Funtime working on that camp to push the top lane that is now keepless, meaning that ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush will have to commit some resources to clearing that camp. Owns he the very swift wave clear in the middle. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush looking for a possible gank here onto Alaminibri or anyone that may be walking by. Hirobi doing well to stay off vision, making Bunker Funtime wonder where he might be. Zednam loading up that sleep, catches 2. Can Alaminibri be there for the drag? It looks like Badgerlord is going to be the target this time. A big stun by Zednam, but with that ETC health and armor, is just going to get away. Aruba manages to knock away Flying Spuds, but cannot knock away Zednam as Raynor goes down again. Couple more stacks here for our Kel'Thuzad at 21 out of 30 on the Master of the Cold Dark Quest. And it looks like Bunker Funtime wants this bottom fort. They do have the minions here, but they're going to have to be careful with this targeting. Badgerlord knocking Zednam away, but Chaos Tank taking so much damage, managing to escape with that Iron Skin. But Zednam on the chase, and the Rhaegar is not quite fast enough. That Sylvanas being able to turn off the fort, allowing Zednam to dive in, is a huge advantage here for Bunker Funtime, as the tribute spawning in the top lane will probably have to go over to Bunker Funtime once again. Here is Raynor having to deal with this siege camp that Bunker Funtime picked up earlier. Manages to find the time to do that after reviving from that gank. Badgerlord and Desda keeping an eye on things over here, but Zednam has all the vision that he needs. Badgerlord missing that slide. Here comes Johanna and Raynor, a full team of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush coming in for this objective, but they don't see anyone just yet. Zednam hiding in the shadows. Badgerlord stuns him out of his sleep. Zednam is on a bit of an island here. Can they catch him? Master of the Cold Dark catches two. Here comes Flying Spuds. Manages to... oh, just goes down. Zednam goes down as well. A very nice set of interrupts by Badgerlord and Chaos Tank means Zednam cannot get away and goes down. Very well done by ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Badgerlord having to use the stage dive to counter this Dahaka push and make sure that they don't fall too far behind in XP. Bunker Funtime did manage to pick up that curse before they faded back to push out their lanes. Tribute is now spawning in the bottom lane, a 1-point lead on the side of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. They're going to get this camp before the Tribute spawns, but what's this? Bunker Funtime managing to find time to get on this boss. They see that the camp is taken on the side of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, but with this boss already so low, I don't think they're going to be able to get here in time. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush just doesn't have the resources available, and that's going to be another third boss going over to Bunker Funtime with Zednam here. Gonna have to be a little bit careful. We've got those ETC Johanna and a Wailing Arrow interrupt. That's a big team fight. Heroic gone, but Aruba's in a bunch of trouble in the back versus that Mal'Ganis. Badgerlord is getting harassed by Fig Double and Orphea. Aruba manages to get away. Zednam on an island here, but Bone Z does pick up the curse. ETC going down to that Zednam and Aluminibri pressure. That one level lead at 16 showing its strength here as the camp from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush will be pushing hard into this mid-fort. However, the boss is getting a lot of keep damage here, and with a 5-4 advantage, Zednam using knowledge that Sylvanas could turn off that fort to dive in onto Chaos Tank, taking out a bunch of Johanna's health here. They're going to have to poke down this keep because Sylvanas can't turn it off anymore. Oh, an Unstoppable used by Sylvanas manages to save versus the Kel'Thuzad combo. And Bone Z, Zednam, and crew will manage to walk away. A very strong use of Unstoppable by Sylvanas, because that was for sure a kill. Meanwhile, Tribute spawning in about 20 seconds in the top lane. This camp didn't quite get that mid-fort, will be cleaned up by Dahaka. Sylvanas working on this siege as they get started. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is very aware of their boss, as Bunker Funtime has showed. They will waste no time picking up the bosses here on Cursed Hollow. Sylvanas still working on this camp. It's about to come up now, as well as the Tribute. Can Chaos Tank stop Fig Double? Yes, with that whirling hammers, they do manage to interrupt. Badgerlord is on a bit of an island out here, but as I miss the observation, Mal'Ganis goes down, Wailing Arrow goes out, Johanna back to full health, Aruba managing to push back Dahaka, but Dahaka has that wall to retreat to, and another nice engage here from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush takes out and interrupts the Mal'Ganis enough for a kill. Bunker Funtime a little bit too spread there, not quite picking up the engage that they wanted. Now ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush sees their opportunity. 5v4 to pick up the boss on their side of the map. Knowing that this is the play, Bunker Funtime choosing to go and steal that bottom siege camp, which will push onto core shortly. ProBUs Drift getting this boss means that they will now have a choice to make. Do they have to stop that bottom push? It looks like they're going to leave that boss to go ahead and come on down to clean up their lanes. With the tribute spawning in the bottom lane, they're going to have to clean up these lanes pretty quickly if they want to get Curse Point here. Badgerlord cleaning up the siege camp and the accumulated catapults. Meanwhile, Chaos Tank and crew getting vision, setting up around this objective, but we've got Bunker Funtime waiting in the bushes. Fig Double landing a nice sleep, making sure the Chaos Tank cannot engage any further. Zeddam looking for those big flanks again. Badgerlord engaging in the front line, gets slept twice. Badgerlord is very low here in the back line. Manages to wiggle out of that crushing jaws. Well, meanwhile, Zeddam is very stuck in the back, but blind as a bat coming out. Does not manage to get it, but it's going to be Rhaegar and Johanna going down to Orphea. Asleep onto Kel'Thuzad, manages to go down. Sylvanas chasing down the ETC, who actually goes into the minion wave to avoid the Q, but eventually gets autoed down, and Raynor chased down as well. Kel'Thuzad using Phylactery to come back, but is only one hero, as Bunker Funtime with 2 catapults is coming around, and they're going to push down the core here. This is looking like game. They've got a full 15 seconds here to push down this core, and the shielding is already gone. 2 catapults locking on. This is going to be a sure thing. GG, Bunker Funtime. Very well done getting that final kill onto poor Kel'Thuzad. And that's going to be game 1 going on to Bunker Funtime. Well done. As we take a look at our match summary, we had 12 kills to 4 for the members of Bunker Funtime. A couple of good engages from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush led to that late game boss, but in the end, there was just too much map pressure, too much lane pressure, and too much chase from Zednam playing a very strong Mal'Ganis there. Orphea just dancing all over them with the chomp, with the Q. It's tough for this team to catch him. Kel'Thuzad didn't quite get the picks that they wanted, and had a very difficult time stacking up early on such a wide map as Cursed Hollow. Very well done by Bunker Funtime, and a couple of times ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush did look like they were coming back. They had some great interrupt CC chains to take out that Mal'Ganis, but in the end they just could not convert that into the lane pressure they needed. Now, let me get in touch with the right folks to see where we're going next. We confirm the team captain here, because I am a professional caster who's good at my job. Here we go, here we go. Why can't I find their name? Desda and Tempest. Alright, let's get Desda on the line. Would you like first pick or map pick?
Okay.
Thank you very much for the follows during that game. I've had some teams who manage the first pick, map pick situation all themselves. Sometimes I still go in for the prompt. Will choose. And it looks like we're going to Praxis next. They choose Praxis. Please form lobby. Bada boom. All right. Here we go. It's going to be Praxis Holdout, chosen by ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. I am using a green screen and I have green eyes, so now that you mention it, that probably happens quite a bit. If you look real close, you can see the sparkling galaxy in my eyes. Getting our lobby loaded up. It will be Braxis Holdout, our next match, chosen by ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Not a map we often see here in the Nexus Gaming Series in general, much less in Division D. We kind of like our standard maps down here. Maybe ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush has a pocket strat that they're using to get a quick win here. Alrighty. Teams are in. Make sure that they are ready to go. One thing I'm not certain of, I may need to read into the rules, I don't know how much time teams are actually allowed to take in between games here in the Nexus Gaming Series. That's probably something I should know as a team captain. But if teams want to spend some time talking or spend some time strategizing, that seems like something that they should be able to do with some sort of time limit attached. Maybe it's just never come up before. I wonder if anyone's tried to delay all this. Interesting. I always try to think of it from a rules lawyer perspective. Like, if someone truly wanted to just be a jerk about it, how could they? How could they get this done and then set rules accordingly? Looks like both teams are getting ready as we head into the draft. Braxis Holdout is our map. And here we go. One thing I'm not super sure of for my transitions, I like to come here to this draft screen, but right after it, I also like to go straight to this map screen to let you know what's happened. So, as a reminder, here we are, Game 2 of this Division D East matchup between Bunker Funtime and ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Our first banned maps from Bunker Funtime were Volskaya Foundry and Towers of Doom. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush choosing to ban Dragonshire and Sky Temple. Bunker Funtime took us to Cursed Hollow for our first win of the day, and now ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush has taken us here to Braxis Holdout. Let's get into the draft. We've got a Hanzo ban coming out from Bunker Funtime. They really don't want to see that Hanzo from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. It doesn't seem like a map choice anymore. Hanzo does have some power here on Braxis, not quite as much as Cursed. Maybe there's someone over there that they're target banning here. Maybe, just maybe. The Zool ban coming out from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, followed by a Johanna ban, a very strong tank here, especially on Braxis Holdout with that wave clear potential. They don't want to see none of it. Our final opening ban from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Let's see what they are not interested in seeing here on Braxis Holdout. It's going to be that Malthael. Malthael, strong wave clear in the solo lane, a decent dueler, and it's going to be a Sylvanas coming out once again from Bunker Funtime. With these pushing objectives and the diving style that we saw from Bunker Funtime in the first game, Sylvanas a very important factor there. Looks like we've got some ProBUs Cannon Drift. ProBUs Rush Cannon Drift with all 4 words. We've got some fans in the chat as they bring that Varian and a Kael'thas. Varian, an interesting choice. Not necessarily the tank here on Braxis. We do see sometimes a Twin Blades or even a Smash Varian holding down the top lane. So a bit of mystery from the side of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. As we see the Mal'Ganis once again, and the Deckard. Mal'Ganis very, very strong in the first game. We'll see if he can bring that Thunder again. The angles aren't quite the same here on Braxis Holdout. He won't be able to flank quite so hard, but being Mal'Ganis, he doesn't necessarily need to come in from the side. Sometimes he just busts down your front door with that sleep and gets in on that Kael'thas, no problem. Third ban coming out here from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. It's going to be a Leoric. They really want to limit those offlane options here from Bunker Funtime. So with Zool gone, with Malthael gone, with Leoric gone, they really want to choke out that top lane. Makes me interested in what they could be picking up there. Sonya's still open, Urel's still open, and famously Rexar actually still open, but not anymore. As Bunker Funtime decides, hey, you want to start banning solo laners? Let's get rid of the most notorious point control solo laner of them all and get rid of that Rexar. Now what will you do? Now what will be your answer? ProBUs Drift. Who will you be sending to that top lane? Are you going to save it for last pick, or are you going to take it here? With so many gone, they may need to pick that up sooner rather than later. Let's see what they choose. It will be Jaina Malfurion, so that is looking very much like Varian will be the taunt, followed up by the root, followed up by Jaina and Kael'thas. They just want all the wave clear, all the blow up, leaving that top lane to be a mystery. Unless they're doing some fancy Varian strats, it's looking like their offlaner will be their final pick. Meanwhile, Bunker Funtime is choosing the Kel'Thuzad, taking that away from our ProBUs Drift, and choosing Ragnaros to be the top laner. Ragnaros, a lot of self-regeneration, very good wave clear, and a decent dueler in his own right, and it will be that favored Chen coming out from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. A favorite of theirs. This will be the 5th game this season they've played the Chen. I'm interested in how this Ragnaros-Chen matchup will go, because Ragnaros does not have the stuns to stop Chen from drinking, but Chen also does not have quite the wave clear that Ragnaros has. So, we have our drafts. Let's get into game number 2. All right. Here we are. Game number 2. On the left side, we have Bunker Funtime in the blue with Fig Double playing the Deckard. Flying Spuds will be on Kel'Thuzad. Zednam on Mal'Ganis. Bonesy once again on the Sylvanas. And in the top, Alaminibri will be bringing it in with the Ragnaros. On the right side, ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. It'll be Aruba on Kael'thas. Hirobi will be playing Jaina. Desda on Malfurion. Chaos Tank will be bringing in that Varian. And top lane, Badger Lord with his favorite, it's Chen. Here we go. Get those talents showing. Got some globe talents coming out from both Kael'thas and Jaina. Zednam going for that sleep and manages to catch Kael'thas unaware. A big combo coming out onto Aruba and take it out very quickly, but Zednam on a bit of an island here. 13 health, 10 health, goes down to the auto attack from Malfurion. It'll be a 1-for-1 trade. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Alaminibri getting punched around a bit here by Badger Lord. With that shield, there's not a bunch that Alaminibri can do except clear that lane. So it'll be the battle of the wave clear versus the immovable object. Kael'thas looking for a possible gank up in the top lane. Can Aruba remain hidden to get the Ragnaros? ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush manages to pick up that blue for Jaina, and it looks like Alaminibri in a little bit of trouble here. Clearing that wave, but is getting body blocked by a Kael'thas with that unusually large hitbox, and will go down to the pressure from Chen and Kael'thas. Very nice pickup, means that the XP in the top lane will go unsoaked until Ragnaros makes their way back. Zednam pushing into Chaos Tank, who actually, without level 4, is a very weak frontliner. Zednam going for the sleep once again. Jaina zoning out with that Blizzard will be enough to keep the members of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush away. Flying Spuds will have to spread out now that Aruba is back in the bottom lane. Strong matchup here as the Ragnaros and Chen resume their honorable one-on-one in the bottom lane. Zednam looking for Chaos Tank, but is woken up by Bone Z. Zednam getting slid on by Chaos Tank and rooted. Zednam looking very low, 15, and goes down to another Malfurion auto attack. How embarrassing. Taken out by the Tree Prophet. So far, no one has been able to wrest control of this for long, but it looks like ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush now with level 4 on their side, with the Taunt Variant coming online. That pick potential is going to become all the better. Sylvanas working on getting that top lane with Alaminibri. Badgerlord actually in a bit of trouble, has to use the stagger. It's going to take a lot of damage from that spicy meat the ball, but will get away. Zednam looking for Chaos Tank here in the bottom lane. Is slowed down by the Deckard, but does manage to get away before Flying Spuds can find a target for that second chain. And looks like we've got a bit of a standoff with 2 in the top lane, pressuring out Badgerlord, using that to get that tower. Chaos Tank, once again going on to Zednam, is stunned and rooted by Malfurion, is going to have to use the Qs to get on out of there. Desda managing to stay alive versus that counter pressure from Kel'Thuzad. Quite the battle going on in the bottom lane, even in a 4v3 situation. Badgerlord now very low. Bone Z gonna have to get out of there taking those tower shots. They really want those towers. Badgerlord manages to... Alaminibri. Very interesting kill there. I don't know why Badgerlord chose to go back in with only 245 hit points, not respecting the Ragnaros auto attack potential. Meanwhile, Zednam accidentally passing the bomb to Flying Spuds. That's a lot of damage and a taunt. And the Jaina Kael'thas damage just too much for Flying Spuds. Means that the progress once again halted as blue takes the top and red takes the bottom. Zednam having a lot of trouble into this taunt composition coming out from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. With a little bit of extra time and control here in the bottom lane, it looks like ProBUs Drift is going to choose to take their bruiser camp. Sylvanas starting to come back down to the bottom lane. Ragnaros backing to reset their health, knowing that they have the space with that top wall and tower gone. Looks like I missed that in the fight that happened before. A lot of poke coming out from Kel'Thuzad. Zednam looking for those flanks in the limited amount of flank room that he has. And they're going to have to clear out this bruiser if they want to maintain control of that spot. Spud's missing the chains, but Chaos Tank actually getting stunned out by Zednam. A quick taunt onto Zednam with the root and the Jaina follow-up. Can they pick him up here? Flying Spuds using the opportunity to get a couple extra stacks. A lot of bomb spread. And we miss a Ragnaros kill in the top lane. Chen getting his revenge. Without the Sylvanas there to help out, Chen has that upper hand in that matchup. Very well done up there from a seasoned Chen player. Zednam now taking a ton of damage from that taunt. This pick variant composition coming in very handy for the ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, as the first objective at 100 to 18 is going to be going their way. Chen is going to have a little bit of a hard time clearing this top wave, but it is very small. So Anther is already with a fort gone. It's not like he has a whole lot to defend. So it looks like it's going to be the 4 members of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush pushing onto this Ragnaros, who's clearing this wave like a champ. But here they come. Alaminibri about to expire on this fort. Zednam going in, looking for as much clear as possible. Alaminibri is actually taunted here in the roots and will go down no matter who they catch. With that Kael'thas, with that Jaina, with that Malfurion follow-up to Varian taunt, they are gonna go down without an Anduin to pull them out, without a huge burst heal. Fig Double will have to start getting in position with his heroic, but at only level 8, there's only so much that a Deckard is going to be able to do in that spot. Chen freezing that lane there with his infinite health pool, making sure that wave doesn't go nowhere, and that he manages to keep control of the wave in the middle of the map. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush taking their Firebat or Hellbat camp at the same time. Bunker Fun Time also taking that camp. Sylvanas wanting to start up this bruiser, and the rest of their team will follow suit. Checking around, making sure that Varian isn't coming to eat their lunch. Zednam catching that XP in the bottom lane is going to see the rotation from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, getting a 4-player sleep, allowing Flying Spuds to get a couple stacks here. but with no Deckard or Sylvanas to follow up, it looks like Zednam is caught out again. The Water Elemental from Jaina is going to secure that kill. Fig Double actually getting chased down by Chaos Tank. Gonna get a root onto the Jaina. That's a lot of the follow-up damage removed. Flying Spuds now is going to have to rely on this fort. And looks like ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush with that 10 advantage is going to have to retreat. We've got a little bit of a scrap up here with Ragnaros and Chen. Chen, with that movement speed, is going to mosey on out of there with the slowed Aluminibri unable to follow. That's going to be a tough time for Chen to be able to clear the wave, the camp, and get away from the Sylvanas. Meanwhile, Kael'thas finishing up that quest in the bottom lane. Jaina still working on that Frostbite. Still needs 4 more globes on her Fingers of Frost quest. Chen, once again, with that weak wave clear, isn't going to be able to do much to that. We'll see if ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush will cede the resources to go and stop that, or if they're just going to maintain that pick pressure that they want down here in the bottom lane. Beacon's activating in about 15 seconds. Zednam actually catching out the Raynor, or catching out the Varian, getting as many stuns as possible. There's Fig Double with that huge sleep, stopping that combo. Now Zednam getting that chase that they want. Bone Z following up onto Chaos Tank, gets stunned, and it's going to be a Pyroblast coming out in the Sylvanas. Will it be enough? It will! Sylvanas ends up going down. Zednam is going to have to scoot on out of there, or Chaos Tank will catch him with another stun. It looks like the stun isn't, or the taunt isn't quite available, but with the Living Bomb and the 1 wave of Blizzard will be enough. The counter kill from Flying Spuds onto Jaina for the trouble. It'll be a 2-for-1. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush roaring into the fight here. The latter half of this game, however, it will be Bunker Funtime that is controlling the objective for now as it ticks up. Chaos Tank now with enough health to step back onto that objective, and Ragnaros returning to the top lane to try to ward off that Chen. But a huge Kel'Thuzad combo coming out onto Kael'thas and Malfurion, an amazing amount of damage coming out from the quest completed Flying Spuds. Missing that chains there onto Varian, but with those 2 kills, ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is stopped in their tracks, and Bunker Funtime can finally start to use this composition for what they're meant to do, and that's push down these structures with Sylvanas and Kel'Thuzad. Meanwhile, Ragnaros, we've got a bit of a gank opportunity here from Hirobi and Badgerlord. Badgerlord looking to clear out that camp. Varian trying to get Bone Z away. Aluminibri looking for Chen, does not know Hirobi is here yet. Hirobi showing themselves. Badgerlord looking for the body block. Aluminibri slowed, but only 1 wave of Blizzard hitting means Aluminibri will escape with their life and will have to back to reset their health. Chaos Tank taking this opportunity to take back the bottom objective and get some objective progress in their direction. Chen will be able to hold that top point for quite some time, so Bunker Funtime is going to have to progress onto this bottom objective. With the wave push there, they're going to have all the vision that they need. Zednam doesn't quite get onto Chaos Tank, but the Protected stops the entire Kel'Thuzad combo. A big sleep on by Fig Double, but Bone Z once again being targeted by the Pyroblast and going down. Zednam stopped by Chaos Tank. Flying Spuds is going to have to retreat. You see the Chen ult coming out. That's a lot of chase potential, but with this fort still here, there's only so much he's going to be able to do. Flying Spuds is now in trouble, but manages to escape as ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush focuses on this fort. Protected, by the way, means that the fort won't do that much to Varian. Kael'thas working on those globes once again. The globe quest did get finished up by Jaina. Chen is just being an immovable object, an unstoppable force here in the top lane. So ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush once again getting some progress onto that objective, and it will be going their way once again, along with that Bruiser camp. Sylvanas choosing not to start the Bruiser camp on the side of Bunker Funtime, and we've got a huge wave, another 100 to 18%. Aluminibri looking for an opportunity to turn into a fort, goes up, and is going to get another huge bout of wave clear here. A big sleep onto Chen, but not a whole lot going on there. One thing to note is that Ragnaros did take Sulfura Smash so will not have the lava wave to help clear in the off lanes to get that pressure, but a taunt onto Alaminibri will go down. Ragnaros taken out by Jaina, but Chen counter-killed by the Sylvanas. Zednam very low, is going to have to try to escape through the water elemental, but those auto attacks just not quite enough. That does bait out the heroic as Zednam goes back in. Chaos Tank finding that kill. I think Mal'Ganis might have had the escape, but tried to get the healing. It's going to be Bone Z targeted by Kael'thas. Once again, a counter kill by Kel'Thuzad onto Jaina. The very nice counter kills, even in retreat by Flying Spuds. Another huge combo, and there goes Malfurion. Chaos Tank is stopped by Deckard. Flying Spuds trying their best with their little Kel'Thuzad autos, but it will be going down. Another 3 kills for Bunker Funtime. Kel'Thuzad really starting to come online here as Bunker Funtime is looking to take this boss. Alaminibri taking a bit of damage while this happens, but here comes Fig Double helping to heal up so that Alaminibri can tank until Zednam gets there. Alaminibri taking a whole bunch of damage, Zednam getting in there, replacing him, and everyone's going to get out just fine, looking to reset health and mana totals. Now they're going to move on to this Bruiser camp with the extra space that they got from that team fight. And the tides are starting to shift in favor of Bunker Funtime here, though they are down level 15 to 16. They've got a huge push potential in the top lane with a Sylvanas. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush doing what they do best, looking for a pick. Waiting here in the bushes, Zednam coming in, doesn't sleep in, and gets totally wrecked. Even more ults than necessary coming out. Fig Double with the sleep. Chen manages to get the ult off. Bone Z at 2 high health for Pyroblast to work. But that's 1 kill for the side of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. Doing what their comp is meant to do. Killing anybody at any time. And that's what they do. Chaos Tank. Gonna have to be a little bit careful around this boss. A very high DPS boss to pick up. But it will be cleared by the massive wave clear of Jaina and Kael'thas. Bunker Funtime taking the opportunity to snipe their Hellbat camp, as I need some water, because I've been talking a lot. Oh, that tastes good. Here comes ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush looking for Alaminibri. A big taunt coming out. Here is the Jaina with explosion. Kael'thas trying for the counter kill, and they actually... Kel'Thuzad with the counter kill actually picks up that Varian, used protected, and they do not get the Ragnaros. That is the first pick I've seen really go wrong this game, and it looks like now they want Chen. They're coming up towards the top lane. Zednam wants to find him. He's going to be engaging with that sleep. Fig Double with the slow. Doesn't quite land the root. Spuds misses the chains, and they will not get that kill onto Badgerlord. Manages to escape with his little panda life. But it will be the members of Bunker Funtime stealing the camp. Zednam getting a sleep onto Chen, just making sure they have room to pick up this camp. Varian is just now coming up, so now they're going to have to be a little bit careful. But with progress ticking on the objective, 74, 76, 78, it doesn't look like ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush is going to have time to turn this objective over. They realize it and decide to just pick up this camp while they can. But it is Bunker Funtime looking to engage, but a little bit too late. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush going to start rotating away. Zednam looking for someone in the back line. Not quite there. Chaos Tank with a nice slow. A taunt onto Zednam. A huge amount of damage coming out from Ragnaros and Kel'Thuzad, and that's going to be 2 kills for the side of Bunker Funtime. Varian and Chen going down, leaving just Malfurion, Jaina, and Kael'thas up, but the counter kill onto Mal'Ganis, still with Sylvanas alive and a 4v3. This could be a push to win here for Bunker Funtime. With no front line, they're going to have a tough time poking this out and clearing this wave safely. Alaminibri leading the way with that wave clear, turning into a fort, turning into a keep, and they're going to be looking for this objective. So much wave clear still left on the side of ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush. This is not quite a sure thing just yet. Bone Z doing their best to warp around to get this core. It's 22%. Can they keep pushing? Ragnaros still with that fort is going to push down. An amazing turnaround by Bunker Funtime puts them up 2-0. GG from everybody. Amazing. An amazing turnaround there from Bunker Funtime to be able to find their kill potential and end that game. ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush with 17 kills to 12 there. Found all the picks they wanted. 9 deaths on Mal'Ganis. But still, that late game, Kel'Thuzad coming in with all those counter kills, 8 counter kills. Once Fig Double had that big sleep, a huge counter to be able to stop that Kael'thas Malfurion Jaina combo. Still very back and forth that whole time. An amazing game from both teams. Definitely one for the history books here in Division D East. Really well done. Incredible stuff. Now I'm going to do something that I have not done before. I'm going to see if anyone wants an interview. I don't know. Let's leave a whisper, see if anyone's interested. Let's see if anyone wants to do it. Let's head down. Where could I go?
Okay.
Let me sneak into lobby 5. Lobby 5. Let's see who we can get. Zednam! Thank you very much for joining me. Very well done in that last game there on Braxis Holdout. How's it feel getting the 2-0 in that series after a very difficult back and forth there on Braxis Holdout?
I mean, I have like 2 black eyes from just like running into the team the whole time.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, even with all the Mal'Ganis stuns and slows and sleeps, 9 deaths there. Still, with that Kel'Thuzad and finally Deckard getting that big sleep counter, you guys managed to turn that around in the late game. That was really something to see.
Yeah, I have really had faith in my team. They were great. I knew that they would get the counter kills once I go in. So I was like, I'm just going in for it.
Some very strong confidence coming out there, knowing that you had the follow-up. One thing that we did start to notice as the early game transitioned to the late game is it was a kill on you and a kill on you, but then Kel'Thuzad started to get those counter kills. Sylvanas started to get the counter kills, and then finally overcoming them in the end. Was there anything, were you surprised at the double mage draft coming out from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush there?
Myself, I wasn't surprised because when I played for Clouded Minds, we used to do something similar to that. We do double mage just to clear the waves and then just get whatever we wanted afterwards. So I kind of expected what they were going to do with that, but I wasn't really expecting the double mage.
Is it interesting? Because I've not seen that particular composition myself, but I saw the power of it. Even towards right in that end push, I wasn't quite sure you guys were going to be able to get it, because they still had that Kael'thas Jaina clearing that objective so quickly.
Oh yes, they were scary. They were doing a ton of damage. There was points in the game where I was like, oh man, what are we doing? I kind of doubted myself for a second, but I really had faith in my team, and they pulled through.
Very well done. If we take a look quickly at that Cursed Hollow game, you guys had a very strong performance all the way through there. Was there any particular strategy you were looking to deny from ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush, or was it more just controlling the globals, controlling those meta picks?
On that map, we just like to control the macro. So,
yes, very strong macro map there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed that you guys were very aggressive on taking those bosses. Did you ever feel like those were risky calls?
It's always a risky call when they're all up, so it's... I don't know, it's just... You either take a risk or you don't.
That's very true. Alright, so you've got the win here. Yeah, are there any shout-outs that you want to send out?
Well, shout out to Flying Spuds. He always does amazing. My healer, Fig, Bones, I always blame him. Carl, that couldn't be there. He's there in spirit. And who else was it? Bree. Yeah, that guy. We never see him. He's always in the solo lane.
Yeah, it was an interesting matchup there, especially the Ragnaros versus Chen coming out from ProBUs Drift. I saw that. Actually, one little question about that. At what point did you realize that you needed to send that Sylvanas top lane?
Bones just kind of does what he wants. I
Okay.
let him off the leash every once in a while. He sees something, he's like, hey, can I do this? I'm like, yeah, go right ahead.
That's a good, some good trust you have with your team there,
Oh, yeah.
especially with all those Mal'Ganis picks early, knowing that they were able to control the map there. One quick question here coming in from chat. Dax Hots is wondering what's the reasoning of Sulfurous Smash versus Lava Wave on a map like Braxis?
Sulfurious Smash is just a superior ult, in my opinion. I don't know. Yeah, it clears the wave, but it really, that's all it really does. It really doesn't clear the whatchamacallit, I can't think right now.
The objective?
The objective that fast. You still have to go into your trait if you want to do that.
Okay, yeah. I definitely the teamfight pressure coming out at the end there with a ton of damage and that crucial stun in those last fights did show its value.
Well, yeah, that's all we wanted to do was stack KTZ. So my deaths were no.
And stacked he became for sure. All right, Zednam, thank you very much for the interview. Good luck in going forward in the season. And yeah, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you very much. And I'd like to say thank you for ProBUs playing us. Those are some fun games.
Very, very well done by ProBUs Drift Cannon Rush as well.
Oh, yeah.
Good luck in your future series.
All right, thank you. Have a great night.
You as well.